Good morning, everybody. My name's Michael J. Long, and thank you for joining me. Today's 12 to 26th, the day after Christmas, on Monday, and I think it's either Monday or Tuesday. I think it's Monday. Anyways, today I want to touch base a little bit on this GOP presidential stage, and you have Newt Gingrich and you have Mitt Romney. Now, whether you like it or not, Ron Paul's probably going to win the Republican nomination, and if he does, he's probably going to beat Obama. Everybody, and because Obama's already losing sorely to the polls because of his approval ratings and stuff. But I mean, from abroad, if you look at Newt Gingrich, he was a liberal when it was popular to be a liberal. When it was popular to be environmentally friendly and this and that and the other thing. When it was popular to be pro-abortion. When it was popular to have socialism. Mitt Romney, Newt Gingrich were in favor of all that. They flip-flopped based on the population of the political issues, whereas Ron Paul's always been consistent on his platform and his political ideology in spite of whether it was popular or not. So he doesn't care whether it's popular or not anyways. But now that it's popular, he's probably going to win. But yet the mainstream media continues to insert this concept that he's not going to win, that he's just a blowjob, that, if he runs on a third party, he'll decipher votes from the Republicans and the Democrats will win, but there's a good possibility that he probably will win on a third party for the White House. Whether they like it or not is a different story. But this whole idea that a third party can never win, that they'll decipher votes and this and that, it's all brainwash. But I think Ron's got a good chance at winning. I think he's probably going to win the nomination. I think he's probably going to win and if he does, he's going to win the presidential elections, and he's going to end up being our next president if that's the case of the United States, and I think he's going to do a lot better job than Newt Gingrich and all the other guys on stage, and including Obama. But is there some issues I disagree with Ron Paul on? Yeah, certainly. Nobody's going to agree with each other on 100% of the way. Some people look at Ron Paul and suggest, his lack of willingness to enforce immigration policies seems to be a big issue. That's what some people actually say. But whether you agree with Ron Paul or not on any political issue, he's always been consistent. He's always been the kind of guy that has meant what he says, means what he says. He's the type of guy that means what he says and says what he means. Whereas all these other guys, even if they promise you that they're going to close the borders by putting a wall up, that they're going to do all these things, mandate, e-verify, and all these things, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do it. And so people have to look at the whole picture and not just one part or a certain part, or maybe even a sold story that the media will bring forth to the people. I mean, the media lies so much, it's ridiculous. I'd rather that we step up on worksite enforcement and step up on worksite enforcement, secure the borders, mandate e-verify, and all these things too. But I don't agree with what I don't agree with is having a biometric national ID card and having everybody's civil liberties at stake for this particular issue, because then it leads down the road to something bigger. Oh, well, now we need to have socialism, or now we need to have more government control over this issue or that issue. But suffice it to say, I think Ron Paul will do a good job as president in the most case. And you look at Michelle Bachmann, she voted for the Patriot Act, whereas Ron Paul voted against it. And Newt Gingrich and Mitt Romney always flip-flopped. Rick Perry's a big amnesty lover for illegal aliens. There's nobody else on the stage other than Ron Paul who has true honesty and who will go out of his way to work for the American people. Now, he's more of a people's person than anybody I've known. So that is something that should be put in consideration. Because he's honest and he tells the truth. And he's been consistent with his political ideology for nearly 30 years. 30 years he was consistent with his ideology. And there's some people out there that want to vote for Newt Gingrich. There's some conservatives out there that say, hey, I want to vote for Newt Gingrich. Or I want to vote for Mitt Romney. Or I like Newt Gingrich and where he stands. But you have to understand that Newt Gingrich is a flip-flopper and a big government critter. And he doesn't truly believe in capitalism and all these things. He's a counterfeit conservative, as RonPaul put it. So anyways, I'm Michael Long, and thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.